Hello, it's Veronica here, and I want to talk real quick about why I feel like Prune's design in Genshin Impact isn't bad. So before I show off all the dolls, I'm gonna show you like the kind of pictures that have been like revealed about Prune before her release as like a playable character in the game. Okay, so did you see the pictures? Personally, I find this character to be really adorable. I love the edgier fashion with her. I love the purple with her, and just like I feel like the colors look really cool together. And I've seen a lot of criticism about her design. And I do understand how for a Genshin character, her colors do look like they are like very saturated compared to past characters. Like for example, there is my Raiden Nendoroid and my Raiden Acheron plushies, and Prune's design and her colors are definitely very saturated compared to this. But I also need to consider that like all that like saturated purple and like the hints of pink are literally like kind of balanced out with the black. And from a doll design perspective, if like Prune were a doll that I would be reviewing, she would easily get a 10 out of 10, and like her color scheme would really work. And I want to show why it's familiar to me as well. So I do have some dolls that remind me of Prune's color theme with me today, and yeah. So two of these dolls, technically three of them, are from the Yummiland line. So this character is Greta Grape. And I did restyle her hair to somewhat resemble the character Prune's a little bit more, but look at this hair blend and just look how pretty this is. Like, she's a really adorable doll in her own right, and just the color theme is really cute. And then there's her next to Blake Licorice. And if you put this doll's outfit on her, you would have the Prune color scheme, which I find really interesting. That like these dolls kind of bear like a resemblance with the color palette to the kind of colors that Prune tends to wear. And another interesting one that I kind of thought of is Jenny Rocks. Like if you look at the colors in her hair, while the purple isn't as much of like a plum purple as Prune's hair is, it still has the whole purple and pink balanced out with like other more neutral looking colors pretty much. And I've had this doll in my dollhouse for a while, and I realized just now like she looks kind of like Prune. Like you could restyle her to look like that and it would look really adorable, and the color theme just suits it. And I do find that like kind of cute that like Prune has this very doll like color palette that is really easy to replicate with like a lot of like fashion dolls and the colors of their clothing and stuff like that. Like and then there's the big one, which is Emmy Vonda. If you've been following the channel for long enough, you know Emmy is one of my all-time favorite Rainbow High dolls. Like she's always been like one of my favorites alongside the Thorn twins. And she was in my top 5 until Ainsley kind of took her spot as my fifth favorite, but she's easily one of my top 10 favorite Rainbow High and like Shadow High dolls. And just like, I love her color scheme. I love styling her. She's so fun to dress. And like the fashions and the color palette on her original doll, if you look it up and look at what she originally wears, it matches Prune so well. She looks like she could be Prune's long lost sister to me, and it's just like, and that's honestly part of why I want to pull Prune, because she looks like a mini Emmy. She looks like an upgraded design for like if Emmy had a little sister in the Rainbow High Littles line, but she was in the Genshin universe instead. That's what Prune looks like to me. Prune looks like Emmy. She feels very much like her with the styling, and it's just like, I don't know, maybe I'm making this video as like a sort of summoning ritual, hoping I have decent luck whenever I try to pull for Prune on my account, because my 4-star luck really isn't the best with Genshin. But yeah, I just wanted to make a video talking about why Prune's color palette and her design feels so familiar to me, and I do acknowledge that, like, for a Genshin character, the amount of edginess in her design is a little bit modern looking and unusual compared to the more, like, old-fashioned stylings and aesthetics of other Genshin characters. But I'm just here to say it that, like, I really don't see anything bad about it. I feel like she's cute. The color scheme is very, very pleasing on the eyes for me. And if you think the, like, pink and the purple are way too saturated, it's balanced out with the black and the white, so it's fine. There aren't any issues with Prune's, like, design for me, and I am intensely excited for her to release in the game so I can pull for her and photograph her with my mannequina and screenshots. So goodbye, mysterious audience. I love you, and I really appreciate watching the channel. And I just want to talk about why Prune's design is absolutely adorable to me and why I love her color scheme.